What is up, fam? It's your boy Bentwan. Welcome to Bentwan's Block. This week we have an awesome article read-through vlog from Cointelegraph. We're talking about NFTs and we're talking about DeFi and we're talking about what that evolution will look like in NFTs being used in DeFi moving forward. Cointelegraph has some great insights. I'm going to provide to you some of my insights about what's happening in the space as we read through this thing, but I'm also going to break it down for you so that you know what in the heck is going on out there. And when you get done reading this, hopefully you have a better understanding about what all of this stuff is and what the craze is all about. So stay tuned. All right, fam, this is the NFTs take on DeFi non-fungible tokens push to be the next crypto craze. An NFT is a tokenized version of an asset, digital or otherwise. They're similar to stablecoins, for example, but are used to represent non-fungible assets like artwork, real estate, or collectibles instead of fiat currency. Popular applications for these tokens include virtual games such as CryptoKitties and Decentraland. For those of you who have not checked out CryptoKitties Decentraland, if you're just hearing about non-fungible tokens for the first time, I recommend just going to take a peek at those two games in particular. Those are the legacy NFT games, Decentraland. I haven't played around with it myself, but I've heard of it. It's kind of a real estate in-game RPG, like open world kind of thing where you can buy and sell different real estate items that are inside of that protocol. And then CryptoKitties is the OG NFTs. This is your little artworks where each little kitty is different and unique. Some of these kitties have been selling for multiple ETH. And it's crazy to see, but CryptoKitties and Decentraland, those are the OGs when it comes to NFT, and that is going to be like the Bitcoin story when it comes to cryptocurrency, NFTs. You think of CryptoKitties and Decentraland. So let's continue here. In the first week of September, NFT sales came close to 1 million, according to NFT data resource, non-fungible.com. So this article was written in October, so a couple months dated here. We're just about at the end of November, beginning of December, but still, you can see the evolution of this space is happening week to week, day to day. It's happening so quickly. And even with this article that's being 2 months old, it's a little dated, but it still has a lot of good information for us to learn here. So following DeFi's footsteps, projects in the NFT world have also begun issuing governance tokens, a trend that may help the industry gain traction as it did for DeFi in the liquidity space. For those of you not familiar with governance tokens, these are the tokens that you get when participating in certain DeFi protocols. So typically, in order to receive these tokens, you have to insert funds into a staking mechanism. So you're essentially putting your funds into a virtual bank, and this virtual bank is a DeFi protocol. You are then rewarded with these governance tokens. These governance tokens hold no value whatsoever. However, when they are traded on the open market, they begin to gain value because that's what the market dictates. People are buying and selling items. You may think it's not valuable, others do, and that's where it happens. It's an open market, so then it does therefore gain value, but it essentially comes from nothing. So the only value that you receive from that governance token is being able to vote in protocol decisions. And typically a lot of protocols will have voting mechanisms in place for their community members, those governance token holders, and that's a governance token in a nutshell. So if you are a governance token holder, you get to participate in that ecosystem and you get to help make decisions. So let's keep moving on here. There's more hype around NFT right now. To some extent, it's an extension of the DeFi excitement. And we saw that excitement this summer, August, September, the DeFi summer. All these little projects came up. It all started from Yam Finance, and they created an absolute snowball effect. And now we're kind of seeing this residual effect carry over into the NFT world. So we have seen with DeFi that once a trend starts, it creates a snowball effect. Now that Rarible has started this on the NFT marketplace side, other marketplaces may feel forced to distribute their own tokens as well. So those for you not familiar with NFTs, Rarible and OpenSea and Super Rare are kind of the first platforms to really launch inside the NFT space. They created these marketplaces, and what they're saying in this article is now that Rarible has kind of set this trend with the Rari token, and the Rari token is the governance token for the NFT protocol called Rarible. So that's how that is all broken down, a little unpackaged right there for you. So how do NFTs work? As activities soar and projects blossom with record-breaking sales like the recent Bitcoin code-inspired artwork that sold for over $130,000, even celebrities have been engaging with non-fungible tokens. Paris Hilton, for example, sold a drawing of a cat for 40 Ether in August. Absolutely mind-boggling, by the way. And that's why I see this all the time. And I said this in my previous video about NFTs. I see some artwork out there, lots of respect for artists, but some of these artworks, I'm like, it maybe took somebody 5 seconds to create this, and they're selling, hundreds of copies of it, or selling them at some ridiculous price. So it goes to show you, some people value things in an open market more so than others. And sometimes it's just about the artist that created it. You saw Paris Hilton cash in on some NFT artwork, like absolutely crazy. That's just the craziness of what's going on in the NFT space. Let's continue. So what exactly are NFTs and why are they gaining so much traction? As previously mentioned, non-fungible tokens represent non-fungible assets. On the surface, NFTs work like any other token. However, unlike most tokens, NFTs are indivisible, meaning that it is not possible to send a fraction of an NFT token like it is to send a fraction of a Bitcoin. They also have certain characteristics that set them apart from both other types of tokens and among themselves. So I want to investigate this little and unpackage this last little paragraph, because I have seen a new protocol out there where you can buy fractional NFTs as stocks. And you may have seen this on one of my other videos, Trade Stars. This is a fantasy sports platform that incorporates NFT fractional stocks, DeFi, and fantasy sports all underneath the same umbrella. So I think there is now a way where you can set this up to buy fractional NFTs. So this, like I said, 2 months old, you've seen the evolution in 2 months. Now you can buy fractional NFTs. So just a clarification there. NFTs can be used to represent a variety of assets such as virtual collectibles, in-game items, digital artwork, event tickets, real estate, and much more. This opens a wide range of possibilities for digital and real-life assets such as easy transfer and proof of ownership, among other things, and can also help solve many old problems found in multiple industries. So you see it. Those are the applications of what we see as DeFi. Right now, we are in the very beginning stages. We've seen real estate tokenized. I think Aspen started getting involved with the Tezos, one of their DeFi protocols, and tokenizations of real estate assets. Very interesting to see where this is going to be in 5 years. And this is just like the baby just kind of rearing its head, and we're starting to see that. And the baby still hasn't even fully come out yet. I hate to use that analogy, but it's true. So art and collectibles are the easiest use cases for retail users to understand. And so it may be where the hype concentrates for some time. If we see an exciting game and more artists on board into the ecosystem, the trend may get more mainstream traction. However, there are more use cases that get unlocked with NFTs, from asset tokenization to documentation. So I think NFT is going to have the biggest impact on the mainstream industries, where you're having to verify certificates, you're having to verify documents, maybe the law field, maybe medical field. Those are kind of the first things that pop right in my head. Real estate, obviously they said that, but those are kind of the ones where I see the low-hanging fruits, where it's just kind of ripe picking for NFTs just to take it by storm. So I, in my opinion, that's what I see. So putting art back in smart. So far, the art world represents one of the most popular applications for NFTs. Digital art auctions that leverage NFT technology are becoming more common. The first big record for the highest valued NFT art auction sale was set in July, when Picasso's Bull was purchased for over 55,000 bones. Damn, that's a lot just for a piece of art. But I mean, hey, that's what's happening though. People value that artwork. Like, good for them. Good for that artist. So NFTs can also help artists like musicians and filmmakers register their work, protecting it against copyright infringement. Very valid point right there. I've said this in other videos about NFTs. The only issue that we're seeing right now is the enforcement of copyrights. Right now, we're kind of seeing the community self-police itself, but the biggest hurdle I think for NFTs to get over now is going to be enforcement of copyrights. Kind of like when you're posting videos on YouTube or Instagram, and if you're using a song that you don't have the rights to, Instagram will flag it. If Facebook will flag it, YouTube will flag it. I think there needs to be a similar mechanism where it can scan the blockchain somehow and be able to verify, hey, is this work or is this piece already on the blockchain? So that would be interesting to see if we can create some sort of blockchain NFT explorer to verify and authenticate. So a little bit of a game within a game there, but you see my point. So these projects can even improve and streamline artist revenue by connecting them directly to consumers through blockchain-based payment and exchange solutions. So this is what we're talking about, NFT space artists. Artists formerly did not really have this big platform to go to bring their artwork to, showcase it, and sell it all in one marketplace. So this is the tip of the iceberg right now, and I'm so happy to see artists starting to thrive in this space because now they're able to, boom, quickly get this artwork to their consumers that are getting it. There's no, hey, let me take it to Christie's and try to take it to an auction, or let me turn it into a Banksy and get this notoriety that I have to earn over several years. It's anybody can join the space. If you're a artist that's been in the space, you already know the ropes. And now it's just a matter of just getting your artwork out there. So really love to see it. Right now, the most obvious use case is track copyright. Tracks bring a couple of revenue streams to the artist: copyrights, performance rights, neighboring rights, proceeds from synchronization, streams, and sales, etc. For bigger artists, there are usually a lot of intermediaries involved, each taking their portion of the pie. It is a complex process with a lot of money being stuck somewhere in the system, not ever getting to the rightful owners. And this is the evolution, I think, that we're seeing with the music industry in particular. I think of Chance the Rapper, who is an independent artist, has been approached by the biggest labels in the world, but he has chosen to remain independent. And for these big artists, they're able to cash in and not have these middlemen taking their slices of the pie. So I think that's going to be the trend of the future, is to have these independent artists thrive. And if NFT technology can help them with that, like, that's awesome. But I think the first thing that pops in my head is Chance the Rapper, and he is an independent artist who has trailblazed the way for other independent artists to do the same thing. If we can give those music artists a tool to stick in their toolkit, why not? Love it. So gaming level up. Now we're going to shift gears into the gaming space and NFTs. NFTs have also become popular within the gaming industry, allowing for in-game items to be tokenized and easily transferred or exchanged. For example, NFTs can be used to transfer or exchange in-game items for currency without the need to trust the buyer, seller, or a third party. Games like Axie Infinity, if you haven't watched that video, go check it out. This is a game where you have a player. It's a Pokemon style game where you go out and you battle other players, you battle other creatures, blah, blah, blah. You get the point. But if you're able to get some of these rare items in game, you can then sell them. You could then lease them. You could rent them out to whoever you want. And you're getting fees and you're getting paid real in-game value, which then translates to the real world value. Awesome concept. I think NFTs is making its way into the world through art and through gaming. And that's just the start of all this. So we're just starting to see this. So NFTs not only improve the game experience itself, making it more tangible and rewarding, but also create a new economy within games. Hello, like, gamers out there, like, this is up your alley right now. Like, this is what you've dreamed of, is all those hours and time that you spent playing games growing up. Like, now you can actually turn that into something tangible. If you're not an esports professional player, like, you're getting rewards in game, but like, can you transfer that? Does it have really any value in the real world? Like, some games, like your PC games, like your Minecraft, those kind of games, yes, like, this has been around for a while. But for other mainstream Xbox PS5 gamers, like, this is awesome for you guys. Think of all the hours you spent playing Call of Duty. Like, you're getting rewarded now for those unlocks, or you could rent those unlocks out. Like, I'm just saying, that's the evolution. That's where you got to see this going. So while there are several popular blockchain-based games, many projects also leverage NFTs to provide infrastructure services for gamers, game developers, and other participants in the industry. So bringing collectibles to the virtual world. Collectibles are currently the most popular application of NFTs in terms of sales volume, with nearly 40% of September sales coming from collectible-related projects. It doesn't end there, as NFT technology is being leveraged to create tokenized versions of athletes and celebrities, virtual land, and much more. In the first week of October, the fantasy soccer game So Rare saw over $220,000 in sales. For those of you not familiar with So Rare is Think of your FIFA Ultimate Player cards. FIFA Ultimate Player cards, for those of you who are familiar with that game, it is an in-game card where, yes, you can buy and sell players to add them to your team, your ultimate team, so that it makes your team better. Player has great attributes. It's a more rare item. Same thing with So Rare, except you're making a team of 5 players. You're buying NFTs of the player. Those values go up and down depending on the player's performance. It's like making your own FIFA Ultimate Team, but through blockchain and cryptocurrency, and you're being rewarded for it. Yet you're not playing an in-game video game. It's more of kind of like a stock kind of setup where you're buying it, holding the asset, and seeing how the asset performs. That's the best way to look at it. So NFTs are becoming quite popular in sports. Love to see it. Love to see it. And not just on online games. In February, members of both the NFL and NBA were speakers at the Cointelegraph hosted event, NFT NYC. Both leagues showed their interest in working with NFT technology and exploring the benefits that can come with it. Oh my gosh, this like lights my fire. I'm absolutely excited to see NFL and NBA. I know NBA has actually started to work, I believe, with CryptoKitties out there, and wherever I think their headquarters is out in Vancouver. Saw a project that NBA is involved with NFTs already. NFL, I think, is going to be lagging behind. They're just such a massive organization, and you have to get the owners and NFLPA on board with everything. So I think it'll take a little bit longer, but interesting to see. Love to see sports getting involved with cryptocurrency, blockchain, NFT, and DeFi. Love to see it. NFTs can also be used to tokenize real-world collectibles like cards, coins, and stamps in order to provide immutable proof of ownership that can be safely stored, easily transferred, and it's impossible to replicate. The road ahead for the sector. Although the examples above are the most popular applications for NFTs so far, the possibilities are almost endless. NFTs can be used to tokenize domain names and even help fight fake news, according to Italian blockchain firm LKS. Record-breaking sales are also likely to help push NFT technology forward, especially as venture capital companies such as Morgan Creek get involved. However, the road may not be fully clear for NFT projects, which may force regulatory hurdles in the future and still have many challenges to overcome before being ready to welcome a mainstream audience, as Abu Ghav explained. There's not much ready for mainstream use in terms of UX and UI. Moreover, NFTs inherit all the typical difficulties of a blockchain utilizing project, and some of the traditional industry challenges may cross over as well. For example, art and collectibles are not very liquid. Crypto art may face a similar challenge once the yield farming hype subsides. So very interesting stuff. My biggest takeaway from this article is seeing that there's so much more application to this technology. There is so much more impact that the world can have. Authenticating, tokenizing, and just creating more marketplaces, I think, is the coolest part. Is that's what we're seeing. If you're looking into the future, and see what's the impact, what can this technology do to improve or completely disrupt our old legacy systems that we see. And you're seeing these big companies, big organizations like NFL and NBA starting to look at this and saying, hey, I think there's something here. So it's definitely cool to see this stuff. I appreciate you joining Bentwan's Block. I know this was a little bit longer than usual, but hopefully I broke it down for you. Join us each week, Bentwan's Block. I appreciate you guys. I love you. Until next time, deuces.